You know, there's a song on the radio right now by a group called Relient K, and it's a new song, and they wrote this song, and they actually, the book The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe inspired them to write this, but here's the lyric of the song right here. It says, "It's always winter, but never Christmas. It seems this curse just can't be lifted. Yet in the midst of all this ice and snow, our hearts stay warm because they are filled with hope." And can you imagine it? Winter without Christmas. There's the picture right there. A holiday without the birthday. Man, there's nothing to celebrate. I mean, I guess you could have a week-long winter festival and you could put up lights, you could even have the tree, you could even give gifts, and it could totally not be about Christ. But I tell you what, a week-long winter festival will not help anybody with their problems. A week-long winter festival will not save anybody from their sin. And a week-long winter festival will not give anyone eternity in heaven. I don't know about you, but I want to boycott the week-long winter festival. And I've just made up my mind. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to get Grinchy, because this is the least time of the year to get Grinchy, if anything. Because what has been given on Christmas to us is the most amazing thing that we have. I want to celebrate the Emmanuel God with us. God, all for love, came and wrapped himself in this little baby, gave him to us so that we could live free. That's an awesome thing. Well, here's what I want to do in closing. I want to give you guys two things that will help you to not get Grinchy, to find the Christmas that's real, to find the true thing. Two little hints right here. Number one, enjoy the love of God that has come your way. Enjoy the love of God. The other day I was just trying to have a couple days where I would get away and just hang out with God, just try to set my mind on Him, just try to pray. And I tell you, it was hard to do that because it just seemed like all of the stuff that I had to do, my responsibilities just were really just getting at me, and I'm like, man, I just want just a moment by myself, just a moment of quiet so I can just sit there and listen and have no other agenda to be with God. And when I finally got to the place where that I could do that, I just sat there and I was just like, God, man. And the reason why I was trying to have some away time is I was wanting to think about 2008 and, you know, God, what do you want to do in 2008? You know, what do you want for the church? You know, try to get some ideas for different things that we should do. And I remember sitting there thinking, you know what, God, I don't want to do anything but just love you right now. I don't want to do anything but just have you just hold me. And I just thought, man, it's just all about you. It's you, God. It's not me. It's not what I want to get from you. No, it's you. And I just sat there and I just enjoyed the love of God that came my way, and I just sat in it. You know, it's very easy for us to serve God out of duty instead of delight. But I think He wants us to have some delight in Him. And the only way that we can do that is to just enjoy the love that has come our way. It's not performance, but passion. Have some passion for Him. If you have performance without the passion, man, that can be really, really rough. Enjoy the love of God that's come your way. Number two, help you find Christmas, is when you enjoy the love that has come your way and just enjoy what He's done for you, then just make a decision to just love Him back. Enjoy what He's done for you and just say, God, I'm just going to love you back. I'm just going to love you back. And you know, here's something right here. Sometimes we think about God, and we think, well, He's God. He's obligated to love us because He's God. And you know, there's kind of a right logic in that. But here's something for you to think about that's a little stronger. God doesn't just love you because of obligation. He likes you. He loves you because He really loves you. He really likes you. When I talked about doing anything for love, some of the things that Karen and I have done for each other because of love, think about what He did for you because of love. He really loves you. Sometimes we walk around and we think, man, God, you know, I'm sure He probably loves me because He has to, but man, that's me. I mean, look at all the stuff I've done. Look at where I've been. Look at these things that have been awful. No, you got to understand something. No, He really likes you. He loves you. Whenever you get that, man, it changes you. And it puts you in a position where, man, God, I just want to love you back. And I want to do that. Christmas, it's all about love. I was sitting at the coffee shop and doing a little bit of work. I was either visiting coffee shops or my office. I have an office at my home, but I like to kind of just go out and abroad. So I just sit at the coffee shops and I do some work. And I was sitting there at a coffee shop, and I looked up and they had some decorations, and there was a little statue of a wise man. And I was looking at that statue of the wise man, and normally we see a decoration, you just kind of look at it, go off, and say, oh, pretty decoration. And it was kind of tall, and he had his long hat. It was kind of gold flecks of stuff on him that he was kind of sparkling, kind of cool. Just holding his little box of gold frankincense or myrrh or whatever. Who knows what it was? Holding this little thing, and I got to look at the little guy, and I thought, did that wise man know that 2,000 years later he'd be a statue on a coffee table in a coffee shop? And it just cracked me up thinking about it. Did they really know that someone would immortalize the image of a wise man seeking the greatest gift ever? Now, I don't know if they ever thought they would have been a statue, but I have a hunch that they really were wise men. In their search for Christmas, they knew what they were coming to. And it was the ultimate gift. And as you're searching for Christmas, do what those guys did. You come to Christ. Enjoy the love that is coming your way. One last little story, and then we're going to pray together. A long time ago, hundreds of years ago, in Europe, there was a man who was going to be hung in the gallows. And they were walking to the gallows. This was his last time on earth. And there was a priest that would walk alongside and would read scriptures from the Bible and, administer the last rites or whatever. And so this priest that was his job. He would do it. He would just go along. He would read scripture and kind of do it with really pretty much unpassionately. And he would walk, and as the story goes, he was walking, and he actually came across John 3:16. God so loved the world that he gave his only Son. Whoever believed in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. And kind of just read it just without thinking about it, just kind of went through it. And the man that was about to die said, "Stop!" And the priest was like, "Whoa, what's up?" He turns around, and he goes, "Yeah?" He said, "Read that again." And so he's like, "Okay, well, for God so loved the world that he gave his one begotten Son." And the man that was about to die said, "Do you believe that?" And the priest was like, "Well, yeah, I believe that." And the guy said, "If that is true, if I knew that, I wouldn't be in the position I'm at right now. Read it with a little more passion, if it's true." I thought, wow. Receive the love of God, love him back, realize how big and amazing it is, and you can live with some passion. It's an amazing, amazing thing. Guys, we've got the most incredible gift this Christmas. It's not going to be found in a store. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It is free. When you're searching, make sure that you get that one, okay? Could you guys bow your hearts and bow your heads with me? Brad's going to come up and play a little bit of music.